Hello Tibia timers and welcome to a new video. Today, we'll be showing you our team hunt in the freezing cold ice library. At the time of this video, most of us were under level 450, which made it a bit of a risky hunt. But with careful firebomb placement, defense praise, and mana shield, it proved to be a pretty decent spot for EXP and surprisingly, profit too. In order to get to this spawn, you'll need to complete most of the secret library quest. This quest is quite arduous with many long and tricky missions, so Tibia Wiki will be your best friend here. However, getting access to the library spawns will be well worth it. Once you're on the secret library mission of the quest, you'll have access to all the library sections, each one being its own elemental type, such as ice, energy, fire, and earth. In order to get to the spawn, you'll need to take a boat to the Isle of Kings and use a scythe on the monument in the library. After doing so, you'll be transported to the entrance of the secret library. The ice library section is the first one you'll encounter, and it is considered the easiest, which is why we started our library hunts here. In this section, you'll mostly find animated feathers, squid wardens, and ice-cold books. Each of these creatures will take 2,500 kills to unlock their charm points. If you haven't guessed already, the main damage types you'll be receiving is ice, so wear equipment accordingly. The damage received during our hunt was roughly 75% ice and 25% physical, so prioritizing ice protection for all the vocations is strongly recommended. For the mages at this level, wearing a Frostmine raiment is acceptable here considering you'll probably be on mana shield the entire time. However, at higher levels without mana shield, it is recommended to wear armor with ice protection with a life leech imbue. Items such as a lion amulet, glacier amulets, and a conch shell horn will benefit all vocations, in addition to a turtle amulet for the knight. However, as you can see, our team didn't have all the optimal gear during this hunt, which just goes to show that it's still possible to hunt here even without BIS items at these levels. Since the knight will be receiving all of the damage, it is important for them to stack on as much ice protection as possible. Normally, we would recommend getting defense praise, but in this case, in this spawn at these levels, it's pretty much a necessity. As for our Wheel of Destiny, the MS had T1 Drain Body, the RP had T2 Divine Grenade, the ED had T1 Twin Burst, and the EK had T1 Gift of Life. The Gift of Life on the EK proved to be extremely helpful as it procced several times during our hunts here. All the creatures here are weak to fire damage, immune to ice damage, and neutral to everything else, so bring your GFBs as your choice of AoE rune. Surprisingly, as mages, you won't need to bring an excessive amount of GFBs because there will be more opportunity to use your wave spells. Therefore, it is recommended to use up most of your cap for mana potions instead. At the time of this recording, the RP and ED unlocked all of their charms towards the end of the hunt, and the MS and EK had only unlocked ice-cold books and squid wardens. Here's a quick snapshot of the team's charm setup. To get to the ice library spawn, you'll need to run through a narrow passage with beams that randomly shoot across. Be careful, because if these hit you, it'll take a significant percentage of your HP, so stay alert. Continue the path south where you'll be greeted with many ice library creatures, and you'll finally make it to the main hunting area. There are many different hunting routes a team can take here, and it will all depend on your level and comfortability in the game. For us, we started our first pull down the stairs and south of the ladder. Our second pull is just to the right, and once we're finished, we would then go down the stairs. Here, we would make 3 large pulls in a clockwise fashion in this main room, being very careful not to accidentally go down the stairs. Then, we would go north and make 1 final pull to the right of the stairs. After this, we would go up the stairs, and that would take us to the beginning of the hunt. If your team wants a bit of a challenge, some popular additional pulls will be one to the right of the stairs here, and the other up the stairs at the very entrance of the hunting area. However, we found that our pulls yielded enough excitement for us, and because these additional pulls are a bit tricky, it decreased our EXP per hour. If you're new to the spawn, we recommend going slower, taking our route until you get used to hunting here. Since none of the creatures walk through fire, firebombs are a mage's best friend here. Simply place them at a distance that's optimal for the waves and focus on dealing as much damage while keeping the knight alive. If possible, it is recommended that the knight or paladin help set up the firebombs so it doesn't waste an attack turn for the mages. In addition to that, it can be helpful to throw a magic wall rune on the spot where the knight is supposed to stop, so it blocks any creatures from casually taking their spot. For our 1 hour hunt here, we managed to hit 6.2 kk raw EXP an hour and ended our session with a 2.2 kk profit, which actually isn't so bad considering the mages were on mana shield the entire time. I can only assume our profit would have been much higher had we not been on mana shield, but at these levels with such low HP, it just wouldn't be viable. All it takes is one unlucky combo to get sent to the temple, even at level 500 and above. In the end, we ended up killing 270 animated feathers, 353 ice cold books, and 294 squid wardens, so it'll take around 10 trips to complete the bestiary here. Considering we didn't have all the charms unlocked and some of us were wearing suboptimal gear, I wouldn't be surprised if teams could reach close to 6.5 kk raw EXP an hour. In order to maximize the team's damage outputs, it is recommended that the mages go on full offense for praise, the paladin with a mixture of offense and defense considering they'll be luring, and full defense for the knight. Overall, we thought the spawn was a great introduction to harder hunts, forcing us to practice bomb and wall placements in addition to healing the knight as a sorcerer. Because of the insanely high damage from the creatures, the MS will be responsible for using ultimate healing runes on the knight as part of their rotation. This will be somewhat expected going forward in most spawns, so being able to practice that while safely sitting on firebombs is a bonus. It'll be great to come back to the spawn at higher levels to see the difference in EXP, but for now, this seems to be one of the best spawns at these levels with a decent amount of profit too. Let us know in the comments where your favorite team hunt is, and if you're liking our videos, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. Thanks for stopping by, and as always, we'll see you in the next one!
Start, but I know where I'm gonna be. Next to the girl with a broken heart and a temper like the fallen leaves. I want to have you, I'm nothing without you. My music, it needs you, and I breathe you. Try to erase us, the look on their faces when they thought they'd break us. We were ready for the earthquake. Their faces when they thought they'd break us. We were ready for the earthquake. For the earthquake.